Microsoft joins OpenAI board as Altman officially is back as CEO. So what do you think of this whole thing was, Anand?
I think there was a palace coup and he was acting too big for his boots. And the board and a couple of senior employees wanted him cut him to size. And there's more than what meets the eye. And very clearly the board wanted him to crack down. But the investors led by Microsoft wanted to keep him, and therefore the board was fired. Microsoft gets a permanent seat on the board as an advisor. And a pliant board has been found for him. So it will become a superstar company. If he delivers, the company succeeds. If he doesn't deliver, the company is dead.
Coca-Cola to invest in Maharashtra plant. Global Soft Drink announced 1,387 crore investment in new manufacturing facility in Maharashtra, Ratnagiri.
See, Coke has a different strategy compared to
Pepsi.
Pepsi gives its bottling plants to franchisees outside.
Yes.
Coke has a habit of slowing the franchisees and running the bottling plant itself across the world. In India, there are one or two franchisee business. But by and large, Coke invests in settling up the bottling plant itself so that it can maximize the profits by controlling the entire value chain. So this is a step in that direction.
Grounded airline, Go First CEO resigns. Kaushik Khona.
But what is the point? It's like it's like shutting the stable door after the horse is bolted. The promoters have abandoned it. There's a problem with the engine in Pratt and Whitney. The planes are grounded. The operating creditors are not getting their money. And definitely the airline is dead and nobody is going to bid for it. Finally, these creditors have to collect money from the engine operator. And it is not a whimsical thing. The Indigo airline has also grounded nearly 50 planes with the same engine. The engine is a problem, and the engine without the engine, the plane cannot take off and business cannot run. So it was a sad story.
American home appliance major Whirlpool Corporation is planning to sell 24% stake in Indian arm Whirlpool of India Limited next year to raise funds to reduce debt level, according to regulatory filings.
So they are going to raise more money. It's already a listed company doing extremely well, and the valuations are extremely high. So they see a stock to use
opportunity
stock,
to
keep stock as currency, sells a stock at the elevated price, and use that to pay off debt. It's a huge bright strategy.
Finally, this Henry Kissinger, US diplomat, Nobel winner, dies at 100. He was a decisive fellow.
He was a very divisive fellow.
So, divisive fellow.
And now he's the guy who opened up China to the world.
Correct.
And who also made sure that India and America will not be friends for 25 years by trying to bait Mrs. Gandhi in 1971. Yeah.
Since every paper seems to be talking about this, economy growth is 7.6 in quarter 2, strong show of manufacturing. Is this all just some blow for the elections coming?
No, nobody is going to take this seriously. This is headline management. So you have to measure more nominal growth and actual growth. In nominal growth is growth plus inflation. So the nominal growth is 9.5 or 9.6. And if you are saying real growth is 7.6, that means you are saying deflators. GDP deflator is only 2%. That means you are saying that there is no inflation in India at 2%. RBI itself says that the CPI is 4.8%. And the wholesale inflation is at 0.25. So you mean to say there is no inflation in India? GDP is a sum and total of all the turnover. And if you want us to believe that deflator is only at 2%, it's not true. And if you look at the smell test, what is the price of pulses, a basket of goods that you and services that you consume, prices have definitely gone up. And because prices have gone up, you cannot have it at this level. And if you itself said that in the Mint said that the jobs were not there in IIT. If IIT students cannot find jobs, if your exports are lesser than what they used to be, your IT exports are down, if your apparel sales are down, if your footwear sales are down, where is the growth?
Agreed.
And how is it led by manufacturing?
Tanishq on expansion spree opens 2 stores in Texas.
So Tanishq is growing wherever their Indians are there.
Correct.
They want to sell jewelry.
Yes.
And they are going into the premiumization model, where they are saying they are going to have shops where you can visit by only invitation, and the minimum purchase will be 5 lakhs. If you don't spend 5 lakhs, you're not welcome in the shop.
India to have 860 million 5G subscribers by 2029.
229 is a very long way off.
Very far away.
And now 3G is not there. Everybody is 4G.
Yeah.
So by the time that comes, everybody will be a 5G subscriber.
Correct. So I don't know what.
I don't know what is there. It's like saying in 2047 we'll be a $10 trillion economy. And how many people of us are going to be there in 2047?
And finally, about Delhi air pollution, they're saying why blame farmers for Delhi's air?
Then whom do you blame? See, the point is we have not put our pollution in control. And the straw that comes out of growing wheat and rice, instead of feeding it to the cows in North India, they have a habit of burning it. And that is what has caused the haze. Unless you find a way for the farmer to dispose waste profitably without burning it, this kind of thing will continue.
Finally, gold prices ease as dollars staged a rebound ahead of US inflation data.
I don't know. Today morning gold was up.
Yeah, because every few hours you check, they have different kind of articles coming out.
Different types of articles. Overall, gold is above 6,000 rupees a gram.
Yes.
And is doing very well.
That covers our news for the day.
थैंक यू। आपने इस पॉडकास्ट को सुना, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ। तो आप इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल नोटिफिकेशन दबाएं। अगर आप बेल नोटिफिकेशन नहीं दबाए तो आपको नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आएगा जब हम नया वीडियो अपलोड करेंगे। हो सके तो इस वीडियो को अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें और उनको देखने की आग्रह करें। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद। नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है में आपका स्वागत है। जनवरी के महीने में मैं त्रिवेंद्रम आ रहा हूँ। त्रिवेंद्रम में आपसे मिलूंगा। जो भी मुझे त्रिवेंद्रम में मिलना चाहता है, नीचे दिए हुए जीमेल में trivandrummp@gmail.com में मेल भेजें और या नीचे दिए गए व्हाट्सएप नंबर में हमें संपर्क करें। धन्यवाद।